Hello folks, my name is Graham and welcome to episode 3 of my Demon Souls walkthrough series. If you're playing along with us last time, you will have just beat the Phalanx, so congratulations on that. You should now transport yourself back to the Nexus, where I am right now. You'll get a cutscene, you'll be told to go and find an NPC and talk to them and do some things, and then you will unlock the ability to level up. So if you come down to the Maiden in Black, and then seek the fucking power of a demon, or whatever the bollocks it is she says, you'll be able to level up. You will see here, I have done some leveling myself, just in between videos, to try and power us up a little bit. If you want to follow along with my precise character build, here is my stats. We've got 16 vitality, which gives us a bit more increased health. Intelligence we don't care about. I can't remember if I put endurance up by 1 or if I just left it at 12, or if 12 is what I started on. Strength and dexterity are the two main ones I've leveled up. I've got my strength all the way to 18 and I've got my dexterity up to 13. That helps us do more damage and it allows us to wield the new weapon that I am holding in my hand. Fancy. So yeah, we've done away with the longsword now, and I have found myself what's called the Uchigatana. I have a separate video on the channel just now, which shows you where to find that and how to get it. So yeah, go and, if you want this weapon, go and watch that video. As I say, you'll need 18 strength and 13 dexterity to wield it. That is not all. I have also upgraded the Uchigatana to +3, as you'll see just up on the kind of top left there. It says Uchigatana +3. You need Sharpstone to upgrade it, and you need to talk to our little friend the Smith over here when you've got Sharpstone. Again, I have another video on the channel that talks you through how to get Sharpstone at this early stage of the game and how to upgrade it. So yeah, if you want to upgrade the weapon, go and do that. So, when you're in the Nexus, make sure you talk to all the people. You might, all the NPCs, you might notice that there are a couple of new folks that have appeared in the Nexus since you have last been away. It's a good idea to talk to the people, the NPCs who are already here as well anyway. And once you've done that, we're ready to move on. So, now that we have defeated the Phalanx, we have unlocked the ability to travel to all of the various worlds in Demon Souls. You'll see if we go to the World 1 Stone, we can go back to the Lord's Path, where we fought the Phalanx, or we can now go to World 2 or any of the other worlds as well. As I touched on it in the very first video of this series, the ultimate goal here is to beat all of the bosses in all of the levels, in all of the worlds, and that unlocks the end of the game for us. And I compared it previously to a Mario game where you have like World 1-1, World 1-2, World 2-1, so on and so forth. Unlike Mario, we're not going to do the levels in order because some are easier than others. It just makes sense to do them slightly out of order, and you're going to have a better time doing it that way. Now, obviously, I'm going to take you through the order that I would do these levels in. You don't, strictly speaking, need to do it this way, and there are a couple of trains of thought on what the quote-unquote best order is, so feel free to deviate from it if you so choose, but this is the order I'm going to do it in. Basically, at this stage, after beating the Phalanx, there are kind of two schools of thought. One is what we're going to do, which is you just keep going in World 1 just now, and kill the next boss in World 1, which is what we're going to do. And the second school of thought is you go to the smithing grounds and level 2-1 and go and fight that. Both are valid, to be honest. There's kind of much of a muchness between them. Whatever one we didn't do this time was going to always be the one we do next, so it doesn't make that much difference. But because this is my walkthrough and I decide what I want to do, we are going to the Lord's Path. So, you see we spawn here in the Lord's Path, aka World 1-2, and this is the room we fought the Phalanx in before. So, we're just going to go straight forward now into this next room and carry on. There will be more of these little slime guys in this room, so let me just back up. You can kind of just about make out one of them there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them in this room, I think. Again, don't panic. They are slow. We know their attacks. They're very predictable. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the order that I take these guys out in, and I think it's the most efficient. So I'm going to run straight ahead. I'm going to go for this guy on the right first. I'm going to put my shield up so he hits my shield. Slash, slash. There's this little guy over here, across the other side of the room. Kill him. Then I go between these two pillars. I go around the back of this guy. Kill him. Ah, kill that last guy. And now we can breathe. There is 2 more in this room, but they cannot get us from where we are currently. So what we're going to do is we're going to go this way. I'm going to go around this wagon. The second last one is up here. Here he is. Oh, I don't know why he was facing that way. I'm going to kill him. Turn to our right. Bugger. This guy got his shield round. And that is it. That's this room clear. And incidentally, I mentioned earlier getting Sharpstone to level up the Uchikatana. These are the enemies that you want to kill and farm to get the Sharpstone. So if we were farming Sharpstone, I would literally just run back to the Archstone and rinse and repeat this room in that order. But we're not getting Sharpstone, so we carry on. And as I say, I've got a separate video explaining that in more detail. So if we come down this little path here, we'll see, hello, it's our friend Ostrava. But he's trapped.
Look at me. Again, fenced in by enemies.
Yeah, we get it. Yeah, he's fenced in by enemies. So basically we need to go round and clear the path ahead of him again, just as we did in 1-1. And that is exactly what we're going to do. So we're just going to run straight towards the exit of this little tunnel. I'm going to pause, and we're not going to walk straight out onto this battlement. And the reason for that will become clear momentarily as I just edge my way forward. Hello, friend. It is our old friend, the Red Dragon, who you will see sets fire at the bridge. So we're going to have to make a sprint for it across this bridge, basically. You'll notice that the Red Dragon doesn't start burning the whole bridge. He only starts from about here. If you move too forward, his body will catch you though, and he'll knock you forwards. But we're just going to stand about here and let him start his fire, and then we're going to sprint. Full-blown sprint, ignore the items, they are not important. Just run straight for the other side. And we made it. And that is going to be a recurring theme of this level. And now what we want to do is just clear this little sort of space of enemies. So if we go out here onto these stairs, there'll be a spear guy to our left. I'm just going to keep my shield up. I'm going to pull him down these stairs because I don't know what's on the roof. Well, I know, but you don't know what is on the roof of this little castle-y bit. I don't know what you call it. Castle-y bit is what I'm going for. You don't know what's on the roof, so there might be more enemies up there. You don't want to pull them, you want to fight him one-on-one, so I'm just going to bring him back through here. And with our upgraded Uchikatana, we make light work of him. I'm going to slowly proceed up the stairs. See, there was an axe guy here. So if we charged towards the spearman to attack him, Mr. Axeman, would have came and made us pay. The dragon will keep burning the bridge and such, and doing dragony things. Where are you going? The dragon will keep doing dragony things. You don't really need to worry about it right now. It's not going to. It's just going to keep burning the bridge over and over again. So just ignore him. Again, I've pulled this axe guy down here. And that's what a backstab with the Uchikatana looks like. And now we go back onto the roof. And we're clear. Oh, we're not clear. There is 2 crossbowmans on the roof. And we're just gonna edge towards them. Remember, with the shield, with our shield up, the crossbowmans cannot do anything to us. They literally are worthless. So just shield up, wait for them to fire, and we're good. Picked up the wooden catalyst, which is used for casting spells, and we aren't into any of that magic bollocks. So we're going to go down next. I talked about before, working our way back to Ostrava to free him. That's exactly what we're going to do now. Just being careful, checking my corners as I come round the stairs. So this way forward is progression in the level. This way back is towards Ostrava. So we're going to go back and save Ostrava. And this is the second out of 3 times we need to save him, basically. Just watch out for that little guy lurking behind that corner. Oops. As we had our shield up, he didn't cause any problems for us, but as I got distracted by the sound of my own voice, I took damage. Again, I'm just walking slowly with my shield up. There are crossbowmen ahead of us here that we can't see because it's dark. So we're just keeping our shield up. There's quite a fair few of them. And they will back off. So again, we're just keeping our shield up. They can do nothing to us with our shield up. Doesn't matter how bloody many of them there are. Oh, I had to kill him in one hit. You may take a few hits here. It's not the end of the world. They don't do too much damage. The trick is just waiting until they've all fired, basically, and they're reloading. I'm literally, that's frustrating. I'm literally leaving these guys with 1 HP with 1 swing of my sword, which is annoying. Whoops. Timed that poorly. I think this guy's the last one. I'm just waiting for him to fire. There we go. Yeah, I mean, like, you see those guys got some hits on me in there, but it's not the end of the world. We'll just heal up again. And here we are at Ostrava.
Thank you. That's twice now. Time to forge ahead. This is a token of my
So we just talk to him and he'll give you some Darkman Grass. Blue Eye Night Cuirass, which we cannot wear because it will make us fat roll. Gash Resistance Ring, which provides some resistance against bleeding, but we don't want that for most of this game. But for a few distinct examples, I'm going to be wearing the Cling Ring and the Thief Ring. There's only a very, very few select scenarios where I will put another ring on. Right. This next bit ahead of us is slightly tricky, possibly the trickiest part that we have faced so far in our adventure. There are some wolves up here who are incredibly annoying because they are fast and it's very easy to get stun locked by them. I think, do we have one? Yeah, we have one little normal guy that we have to fight first. This little dude. Just waiting to ambush us. Come on. I know as soon as I lower my shield he's going to attack. He's dead. So I think the wolves are just beyond this car. I'm just edging forward very, very slowly because I'm trying to pull as few of them as possible. There's one more little normal guy up here, which is fine. Yeah, even though I've only taken a tiny little bit of damage, I'm just going to heal because this can get a bit hairy. I have not yet died in this walkthrough playthrough. And this may be my first death. So yeah, you can see them just up ahead of us. If you've got a ranged weapon, then use it. But I do not at this stage. So I'm just going to edge ever so slightly closer. There's one. They do like a jumping attack where they leap towards you. So the trick is basically wait for them to do that and then pounce. There's another, at least 2, I think maybe 3 of them. Yeah, there's another 3 of them after that first one. I can see them. Here comes number 2. You do, once they do that little leap attack, you do have to be pretty quick though, because there isn't a massive gap between that and their next attack. Which is why, if you pull multiple of them, it can get a bit hairy, because they can get into a rhythm where one of them leaps, then the other one 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 leaps, and they can just fucking stunlock you into oblivion, basically. Which is why I'm being so careful. Oh, there's actually 5 of them in total. There we go. Come on. I really want to just pull this guy back if I'm in any doubt. 2 left. These 2 will be interesting because I'm not sure if I can actually... Oh, one of them is moving. Ah, 2 of them are moving. Yeah, I don't think you can avoid pulling both of them at the same time. I got pretty lucky there and that only one of them charged me. You might not be so fortunate. There we go. But we navigated that pretty well. That took me a fair few attempts on my first ever playthrough of this game. And there's a wee crossbow man up here, who is absolutely no hassle to us whatsoever. So yeah, again, just take your time with it. And now we're back with our Draggling merchant. Blah 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 blah. He has nothing of particular interest to me at the moment. So we just double back and we want to go up here. But, yeah, as with, as I say, I struggled with those wolves my very first time through the game, but as with everything in Demon Souls, patience and caution is the way forward. So you see we've just skipped, by going underground, we've just skipped that section of the bridge that the dragons just set fire to. I'm going to go up on the roof first, just to clear that, make sure there's nothing nasty up here. Couple of little crossbow wieners. We have the compound short bow. Again, Dragon's not going to bother us on the roof, he's only concerned with parts of the bridge. Another 2 crossbow men down here. 4 crossbow men down here. I'm just gonna quickly slash my way through them so they don't cause me any problems. See, the dragon stops well short of the end of the bridge, so we can quite easily go and grab that item. Now we'll go through the fog. This little Draggling dude is going to attack us, which is fine. We'll just pull him back in here. If we are lucky, he's the only one in this little bit that we'll actually have to fight normally. Another mail breaker. So like what we did with the first little bridge section, I'm just going to edge my way forward slightly and try and coax the dragon into burning down the bridge, because that'll take away all of this debris and all the enemies that are on this bit of bridge, and it just makes it a bit easier for me to sprint through. Now, when we get to the end of this section of bridge, there's going to be a few enemies, crossbow guys, I think possibly 4 crossbow guys, and a blue eye knight, so it can get a little bit hairy, and because when you arrive at the end of the bridge, you're not going to have much stamina left. So what we're going to do is we're going to sprint to the end of the bridge, we're going to stop sprinting just when we're out of reach of the dragon's flames. We're going to watch out for the crossbow guys firing and keep our shield up if we need to, if they fire at us. But if we can get away with it, we're going to drop our shield to try and build up some stamina again very quickly. So again, you'll see the dragon doesn't burn the whole bridge, so you can move forward ever so slightly just to give yourself a little bit of a head start. Again, if you go too far forward, it might bonk you on the head. And then as soon as he fires, we go. This is a tight run, so again, ignore items. Stick to the right-hand side of this, just because it makes it slightly harder for the crossbow guys to hit you if you're not running straight onto them. And this cart gives you some cover against the other ones. Now the difficulty with this is the Blue-Eye Knight charges you before you can deal with the crossbowmen. So we want to deal with him quickly, because we can't back further down into the bridge or the dragon will get us. So we've managed to deal with the Blue-Eye Knight quickly by rolling round his shield bash attack, and we're just left with these two crossbow guys and another Blue-Eye Knight down towards the end. Where are you going? And this Blue-Eye Knight's the last enemy we need to fight, so there's nothing behind him. So we don't need to worry about that. So I can just roll round him. I don't need to worry about potentially pulling anybody else. Again, it's not. I know it doesn't exactly look like Champagne Demon Souls, that little section, but that's because you really can't get through it by playing Champagne Demon Souls. It will get a little bit hairy and a bit messy. So as I say, when you're running up the bridge, stick to the right hand side so you get a bit of cover from this cart. Try and very quickly take out the first couple of crossbow guys. The Blue-Eye Knight will probably charge you. Hope that he does his shield bash, roll round it, murder him, and then take on the last couple of crossbow guys. And again, just if you're not comfortable with it, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And yeah, that is us basically finished with this level. I'm going to have a quick look up here. Yes, there's a little gem lizardy man here. Oh, I missed him. Fuck. Oh well. There's a little lizard man there that if you kill will drop some crafting materials for you. But we missed him. And lastly, I'm just going to go up to this top floor and kill these crossbow guys. And we'll pick up the items that they drop. And we will also pick up these items. And this item. It is rather windy outside, and I think I can hear bins and stuff blowing about. My apologies if that is being picked up by the mic, but I live in Scotland and there's not a lot we can do about the weather. So yes, that is literally it. That is World 1-2. Finished. Through this next door is the boss fight.